Hi, this is Jeevi from idlebrain.com. I'm here with Miss Kajal Aggarwal, the lady superstar. Hi,
Hi Jeevi, how are you?
I'm good. So, first of all, congratulations on the success of Bhagwan Kesari,
Thank you.
your comeback film after Wedding in Telugu, right? This is your second film and a solo heroine-oriented action thriller, right?
True, it's a thriller, yes.
Yeah. Please tell me about your character in the film and other details.
So in Satyabhama, I obviously play the titular role, Satyabhama. She is a very feisty, mildly aggressive, fiery cop. Yet she has her own journey. She's vulnerable, she's emotional, she goes through her own ups and downs, trials and tribulations, trying to be a part of the department, yet standing by her righteousness. She has an opinion which she's very forcefully tries to stand by, and she fights for causes that she truly believes in. So it was a great opportunity to play a role like this. It's quite a first for me to headline a film like that. And we've worked very hard. Can't wait for you now to see the result.
Right. I have seen the trailer, it's impressive. And you seem to be sporting two looks in the. So tell us about it. Is there a big time gap between those things, and what is the duration of the entire, timeline of the film?
So we wanted to show a time gap, which you very correctly pointed out, but it's not that much. So there can't be a major fluctuation or a major aging process. It's a span of 3 years.
Right.
The only thing that can change in 3 years is probably hairstyle.
And attitude.
Correct. Yeah. You learn lessons. Oh yeah, that can change in months, but or maybe even days. But we wanted to show a significant difference, yet maintaining the character's arc. So 3 years ago, she's a lot more feisty than she is 3 years later, because there's this one major case that happens in her life which teaches her a lot of lessons. So it sobers her down quite a bit. She becomes a lot more stable, and from the bangs, from the fringe, she has a more stable hairstyle as well.
Right.
Want to show maturity and growth in her character.
Right.
In a short period of time.
Sashi Kiran he's an emerging prospect in Telugu cinema. Both of his films were like big hits. So he's providing the screenplay for the film.
Yes.
So tell me about it.
He's providing the screenplay as well as he's overlooking the entire creative process of the film. He's wonderful to work with. I've watched his earlier movies and I had absolutely loved them. I think Major is one of the best films of all times.
Right.
And Satyabhama is a very creative script. Even though it's a thriller, there are a lot more elements to it. And the uniqueness of this script is that every thrilling episode or action episode is motivated, or the underlying emotion is very strong. There's an emotional factor involved in everything that's done in the film, especially for the main protagonist. So that is something that was very interesting. The screenplay is fast, edgy, very relevant to today's day and age, will hit the target audience bang on. So these things were very fascinating for me. And ever since I had watched his movies, I've been wanting to work with him. So it fell at the right time, right place, fell into place very nicely. And here we are.
Right. You had your marriage in between the COVID waves, right?
Yes.
So
bang in the middle of 2020.
Right.
Thickest COVID at that point of time.
Right. Generally people, what is the reason to get married at that particular point of time? Because one of the worst phases are going on.
Oh yeah, it was a catastrophe, total chaos at that point of time. It wasn't planned really. Had I had it any other way, I would have probably wanted a big fat Indian wedding with inviting the entire world, inviting my entire fraternity.
Right.
I couldn't do that because we were so thick in the middle of COVID that it was not even possible to meet each other. So ours was a wedding which was had all COVID precautions taken care of. We had all quarantined for 2 weeks prior to the wedding, and nobody was allowed to step out of the house. Everyone who came, who traveled for our wedding, which was very few people, we only had a wedding of 50 people, which was a government mandate. 25 of mine, 25 of his. And even though we had our sisters traveling from respective towns, they were all quarantined in a hotel, kept away for 5 days. They were tested. Each and every person was tested 2 days before the wedding. And then nobody was allowed to step out of the house. It was like that. It was like a lot of protocol that was involved, a lot of care that was taken. Thankfully, we didn't have a single case post-wedding. All our guests were very well taken care of and very healthy. So it was like that. So this is something that you don't really plan. And this is not something that I had wanted, to be getting married bang in the middle of a lockdown. But it just happened like that. My husband and I decided that, if this is how the world is going to be, we'd rather be living together. Right. And right then, I remember in June, on my birthday in June, is when we got engaged. Our parents met.
It was also during COVID.
Yeah, right in the middle of COVID. June we got engaged. We did not want to wait too long after that. October we got married. Our parents met for the first time in the beginning of June. My husband came and spoke to my parents in the beginning of May. So things happened very rapidly. And this is not something that we had planned or scheduled. It just fell into place like that. It just happened like that. So ours was a COVID phenomena.
You were ready to ready for a situation where there is COVID and you are going to live your rest of your life.
One has to, no? One has to adapt. What does one do? The world went into lockdown in which month? March.
March, yeah.
So, I mean, you need to still figure out your life and move on. And figure out what happens for you.
Right.
You can't just come to a stagnation point.
Nice. How did the motherhood changed you as a person, and how it affected your choice in your career?
Motherhood has affected me a lot as a person. I feel I'm a lot more cautious and rational rather than being impulsive. Earlier, I was a very impulsive person. I feel I'm a lot calmer and patient, which I wasn't earlier. And of course, a lot more responsible. There's the life of an entire tiny human being that depends on you. You want to give it your best. You want to take the person in the right direction to the best of your abilities. Give your child the best exposure. Try to do the best for your baby at every step of the way. So that's exactly what we are doing as any other parent would. And choice in cinema. So from whatever I'm offered, I'm trying to choose the best that I can accommodate within the timelines that I have, choose the best projects that come my way so that I can still create a healthy balance between my child and my work.
Right. So have you become more responsible in choosing the scripts, because one day your kid is going to grow up and say good
you
things about them. You
hit the nail on its head, yeah, for sure. I want to do meaningful and impactful cinema. I want my child to grow up and be proud of his mom's films.
Right. If you look
now, there's a thought behind it. Earlier, I would probably do it for other reasons. Package is good. I want to work with that particular director. I want to work with that particular co-star. Now I'm trying to focus more on what am I doing in the film? What's my contribution? What's my character? These are now my priority points rather than looking at any other thing that is involved.
If you look at the stars, Telugu stars you worked with, both with Ram Charan and NTR, you did 4 films each. Right, and both of them went on to do one blockbuster film, RRR. So looking back at it, you are the most busiest heroine at one point of time in the in your prime time. So how do you feel about these stars making it together?
I'm so proud of them. Immensely proud, as is everyone else. I mean, our entire industry is super proud of them.
Right.
They've made it so big. They're doing so well for themselves, and they deserve it. Both of them, in their own respective manners, deserve all the success, deserve all the accolade, deserve all the awards and love and praise and respect, all of that. They are extremely hardworking people, extremely committed and focused, very professional. So I just feel like they've raised the bar for the entire industry. made us a recognized, you know, um, aspect of cinema, made our cinema go global, go international, and that's just wonderful. It's just such a lovely feeling that your contemporaries have made you so proud.
Right. You also worked with two of the best directors in India now, Rajamouli and Sukumar. Tell us about them from your point of view.
I think Rajmouli sir as well as Sukumar sir, I was incidentally working with them simultaneously in my career, and they are both icons of our film industry, not just of the Telugu film industry, but for the entire nation, as you very rightly said. It's been an honor to work with the two of them. They've both got their distinctive styles, yet so futuristic in their thought process, so larger than life in their vision, that it's really been an honor as well as a learning experience for me.
Right. Arya 2 was a wacky film basically. It is not a commercial template film as well. So tell me about your experience in that movie, because that is, it revolves around your character
Yes,
basically.
it was. Yeah. It was a wonderful experience. I loved playing the character of Geeta. She's innocent. She is confused. I feel that was the right character to play at that stage of my life, because most women at that point of time, entering adulthood from teenage years, go through that entire amalgamation of confusion, as well as not knowing what to do, not knowing what to do career-wise, not knowing which sort of partner to choose, etc., etc. So that was the right depiction at that point of time. And I had a great time. It was so much fun working with the entire team, with Bunny, with Suku sir, with Navdeep, the entire Shraddha. It was just a great time. We really enjoyed ourselves.
Right. You were also successful in Hindi as well as in Tamil. So if you look at all these industries, how do you, if you have to choose one industry among them, what is it?
Difficult to choose, not fair. But I think I'm a little more partial to Telugu. I started my career from here, and I feel like a Telugu girl. I have literally spent my entire adulthood here.
17 years.
Yeah. My entire adulthood has been spent here. And literally, like, I know the culture far better than I'd probably know my own, because I've spent so much time and gotten married in Telugu style so many times. So I know the rituals, I know the tradition, I know the tiny little aspects of the culture a lot better than I'd probably know even Punjabi culture.
Right. If you look at yourself as an actor, look back at yourself. There are certain films which, after doing those films, you realize that you have grown or you have learned a lot as an actress. Do you have such films in your career in Telugu?
Of course. Sita is a significant one.
Okay.
Where I'm playing a very grey character.
Right.
There's a blur between what's right and what's wrong. And that was a learning. Satyabhama is one such role where I have learned a lot, broken all sorts of rules for myself, broken boundaries, gotten out of my comfort zone. So that's been quite a first. Before this, quite a few characters that have taught me something. Nene Raju Nene Mantri was one such role. Going way back in time, Mr. Perfect was one such role. Brindavanam. Even my very early on films like Chandamama.
Right.
So for me, I've been very fortunate to have worked with such amazing directors, as well as co-stars, from who I've picked up so much all through the years. Like, every film has left a mark on me and helped me in my trajectory and growth.
Yeah, I think you worked with all big stars, all pan-India stars, as well as all the directors, all the best directors during that point of time. For example, from 2017 till now, whoever is there, the best director in Telugu, you worked with them.
I've been very fortunate and I'm super grateful.
Right. So what are the other films you're doing?
Indian 2. I'm doing a Hindi film which will be announced very soon. I'm doing another Tamil film which will be announced very soon. Indian 2 is due for release in June.
Right.
Satyabhama, of course, is releasing, as we all know. That's why we are here. So yeah, this is what's on my plate so far.
Yeah, a lot of people are curious about your role in Indian 2. Can you please elaborate?
So I play a freedom fighter And she has her own journey. She's a mum. She's a very inspiring character. I go through a lot of trials and tribulations for the sake of our nation. It was very powerful to actually do a role like that, especially the climax of the film. And it was an honor to work with Shankar sir. He's one of the best in the country.
Right. I think you missed only Maniratnam among the greats.
I
so
hope
far.
to work with him soon. I love Mani sir.
Right. So, tell me about Satyabhama. So, what people can expect when they come to theaters?
Well, Satyabhama is going to be an emotional feast. It's also going to be very edgy, fast-paced, edge of your seat sort of a movie. Extremely entertaining. The journey of this girl who's going through the tribulations of her own life, and yeah, a fun ride where you're rooting for her.
That's nice. One last question: if you have to choose 5 best films of yours in Telugu, what are they?
Chandamama, Magadhira, Neni Raju Neni Mantri, Sita, Satyabhama.
That's nice. You are looking great in the promotions, and trailer is very good. I'm
Thank
sure this film is going to be a blockbuster. All the
Thank you
best.
so much. Thank you. Lovely chatting with you.